Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you 4 recipes, homemade vegan recipes, and they're all really tasty and very easy to make. They do actually contain a lot of protein as well, enough for your daily intake. Obviously you'd have your breakfast and your lunch as well. Some of these you can use for dinner, or you can use them, a couple you can use for lunch. The purpose of my channel is to help people transitioning into a vegan diet who are not sure what to eat, because I did used to hear a lot of people say to me, I don't really know what to eat. You know, they've been vegan for quite some time and they're losing their interest because they're not sure what to eat. And a few people have actually gone back to their What I do is I like to create homemade, good, delicious food. Very, very easy to make, quick and easy, and easy ingredients, accessible ingredients. Easy to put whole food diets together and make a really nice meal with it, and not always eat processed foods. So let's begin with the first recipe. The first recipe is spinach and bean pie, and these are the list of ingredients that you'll need for this recipe. First I fry my spinach and my onions. I have my kidney beans ready and my mushrooms are minced. Now I'm adding my mushroom. I'm using vegan puff pastry from Tesco, already rolled. Once the mushrooms have cooked a little bit, then I add my kidney beans. For my seasoning, I'm going to be using garlic and coriander and all-purpose seasoning. You can choose what seasonings you like really, or your favourites. Once it's ready, I just put it on the pastry and then I just fold each sides over and then put it into the oven. I left mine for about 40 minutes, but just check your oven because I've only got a mini oven that I'm using at the moment. And here are the results. I've served it with mashed potato and vegetables and it was so tasty. Nice bit of gravy on there. And because it's puff pastry, it has that crispy surface. It's so delicious. You have to try this. It's like kind of mummy's dinner. Another one of those mummy's dinners. And if you were born in the UK, some people will find that this was one of their traditional dinners, like a British dinner, English. For the next recipe, it's lentil vegetable soup. And here are your ingredients that you'll need for this recipe. I'm going to put some vegetables in with the lentils, and then I'm going to be using some vegetable stock that I've already created from before, another meal. So I'm going to be making the lentils in the vegetable stock. So first of all, I'm just going to chop up some of these vegetables and start cooking these lentils. Simple, they just need a rinse. They don't need to be soaked overnight or anything, because most lentils you need to soak them for about 24 hours, and even beans as well. They can be quite dangerous if you don't soak them overnight. I've heard that they can be poisonous, beans, and chickpeas as well. They can be quite dangerous. So best to always soak them overnight. The ones that are raw in the packet. Or you can buy the tin ones and then they can be done instantly. My lentils, I'm going to now add the stock and cook that in the vegetable stock. And it's got a little bit of broccoli in the bottom there, so that's nice. I've chopped up my vegetables and I'm going to be adding them into the water as well while it's boiling. Probably done a little bit too many there. Doesn't matter because it'll probably go a bit smaller anyway. I can add more water anyway, so it doesn't matter. And this is going to last me a few days, so it's lovely. Added all my veg. Look at this. It's looking lovely. And all I've got to do is just keep cooking that now. But I'm going to now add my seasoning, and then I'm just going to leave it to stew away like a stew, but it's a soup. So, firstly I'm going to use some all-purpose seasoning. I usually love loads of that because it tastes so amazing. It's like a salty kind of flavour. And I'm really liking this garlic and coriander. I make my own jars and that full of seasoning. They're a little bit, they're not finished yet. I'm going to do them properly later, but I'm just labelling all my jars. I keep all the old jars, like, you know, like recycling. It's a recycling thing because I'm quite an environmental person. I like to recycle everything, and I like to make use of things that, you know, instead of going out and buying all new stuff, I like to make use of what I've got in my cupboards. So that's my little thing I do. And then I'm going to put, that was a bit of black pepper, probably a bit too much there actually, but hopefully I can sort that out later. And then I'm going to put a little bit of cayenne pepper in there because I like that little bit of kick inside the vegetable soup. And it's really good. If you feel like you're coming down with a cold or anything, that's going to help a lot as well. So it's like a warm soup and that little hot kick to help reduce any signs of any cold or anything like that coming on. But then I haven't got a cold, but I'm just saying these things, they stop the process of anything like that happening. They stop it, they slow it down, the chances of you getting a cold or anything. So I just add these things anyway, just even though I haven't got a cold, so just in case I'd got one later on in this really freezing cold weather, because it could happen any time. So I just add that in there and that just keeps me going. My immune system. Little tiny taste test. Absolutely amazing, the flavour. The flavours going through there is just so out of this world. It's mainly to do with the seasoning, but also the vegetable stock, and I can taste the lentils as well. So all that together is just absolutely amazing. And what I normally do is at the end of this, I will liquidise half of it, probably half of it, and then I'll keep the other half so it's got a little bit of a bite to it as well. So and then I get that creaminess inside with the chunks as well. So it'll come out really lovely. A little pinch of salt, and then I'm leaving it to simmer now. So I've turned down the heat, and I'm going to first half, and the second half is going to be in the blender. It's going to be blended, so it's going to have a nice creaminess, and then also these are going to be the chunky. Now what I do is I pour my creamy soup into the bit that's not been blended. Give that a stir, and look at that creaminess. This is going to be so lovely in this weather as well. And I'm just going to have it with some seeded bread. Sooner or later I am going to make some of my own bread. I haven't done any yet, I should be, but I would like to make my own bread. Some nice homemade bread, because that's the best. Look at that, amazing. So it's still got that little bit of, it's still got some of the chunks in there, but it's creamy as well. Oh my god, it's so nice. For the next recipe, it's vegan pizza. So here's your ingredient list, small ingredient list with some directions here for this recipe. I've got some vegan puff pastry already rolled from Tesco. I've simply used passata, vegan cheese and chestnut mushrooms. Really simple. And then just add to your oven. With the leftover dough, I made some dough balls and some garlic butter. Took about 20 minutes in my oven. Please check your oven settings though. This was a simple, easy to make, delicious pizza. Next recipe is stir-fried mixed vegetables with udon noodles. So here is your list of ingredients for this recipe. For this one I like my onions to be nice and thick and cube size. For my noodle dish I like to just keep them chunky. It goes really well with these dishes. Then I've added a bit of garlic and ginger, chilli, courgettes and cherry tomatoes. I'm just going to stir that for a bit, and I've added some bean sprouts, baby corn and pak choy, and I've added my Chinese seasoning. For this one I used a Chinese already mixed seasoning stir fry mix, so you can get those from the Asian shops usually. I've also added my noodles here as well, and I'm mixing it all in, and then the dish is ready then. This is a really simple noodle vegetable dish, very nice. Phew. All done. Don't forget, you've got at least 10 hours of editing to do now.